Okay, the Starburst is finally back. Now, this is our first time really being able to do a pre-order of the Starburst. Here's the ornament. Here's the tree topper. The tree topper is about 22 inches in diameter. The ornament's about 13 and a half. We have them in yellow and white. And I'm gonna show you exactly how fabulous they are. Katie's gonna help me in a minute. She's just doing something and she didn't have 4 arms, so I had to let her do something with her 2 arms so that she could come back here and show me and help me out with this. So here you see the Starburst on a plain tree. This is the Stars in the Sky tree. It's the new tree. So this is the brand new one that's being made for us this year. Isn't that gorgeous? And there's nothing on this tree but the Starbursts. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And it's daylight, which is the most challenging time to see a tree. So here they are on the green. Hi, everybody. There's that beautiful brand new Stars in the Sky garland. Everyone asks if that's 2. That's 1 garland. And then here it is on the flocked tree. So you can see how beautiful it is on both. Isn't that gorgeous? Hi, Dee. I see Dee is watching. Hi, Linda. I can't read. I'm going to hand this to, are you good?
Yes.
We good? Okay.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thanks, Katie. I was going to say my trusty assistant, Katie, but she's really more like, you know,
Whatever.
3/4 my right arm at the same time. So this is the Starburst, and this is something that I started actually the same time as the tree. So I went to the market in Atlanta. I had no life. I was just kind of trying to figure out what I was going to do. Katie, I'd already hired Katie, even though I had no clue what I was going to do. Right? Just to recap, I walk into a showroom. I see the Stars in the Sky tree and said, "Oh my gosh, I have to have that tree." They said, "Okay, no problem, you just have to buy a container." And I said, "Okay." And they said, "Do you have a company?" I said, "No, but I'm going to make a company and I'm going to sell that tree because I have to buy a container and I really want that tree." And that was the Stars in the Sky tree. That is the reason our entire company started, right? This is the brand new version of the tree. It's going to be coming up hopefully next week. But the same trip, when I saw this tree, I found these Starbursts and I fell in love with them. They had them hanging all over the show and I was like, oh my gosh, I just love them, but I don't know about storing them. And then they showed me how they work. And they come to you like this. By the way, Carrie, I saw your comment last night where she said, I put them back in the original packaging because I said, well, you could put them back in the original packaging, but you know, I don't know. She said, I put mine back in the original packaging. Good. So just to let you know, Carrie does that. And I store mine like this. I just take the arms off and I put half of them one direction, half of them the other, and put a little rubber band around it, and I put them all in you know, big plastic bags, all of them together. With it. It's awesome. But just to show you how it works, this, wait, hold on. Perfect. Is the ornament. And this is as simple as it is. Now there is a little hook in between. There's a little loop. There it is. Do you see this? There's a little loop right there. So if you want to hang it, you can. And it'll hang just like this. Okay, from in between the arms is where it'll hang. I haven't hung any of these. I've just stuck them on the tree because it's super easy, right? You just go voila, and it's on the tree. I even took half of one and put it up here because where the tree gets small, and I like having some on the tree and then putting a few halves up near the top because I think it just kind of blends in nicely on the ornaments. And then on the top is the tree topper. Now here's the funny thing. So, wait, I'm all over the place. So last night I was talking about these tree toppers. This is a pre-order, and again, these are only made for us now.
Bobby loves these.
Who does?
Bobby loves them.
Bobby, I love them too. Last night I was saying, you know, to me they're kind of very vintage. Like they remind me of the game of jacks that you used to play with. Remember that? But I feel like they're also kind of contemporary at the same time. And people were saying last night, oh, absolutely, they can go mid-century modern. And I agree, they can go any way you want them to go. And they're fabulous. But when we first got these, I ordered them in both sizes at the Atlanta market. And they came in, these came in first, right? And we put them together, and Katie and I were looking at them.
Yeah, I remember.
And I went, wait, is this the smaller one? And she said, yeah, this is the smaller one. I went, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with the larger one? I mean, I just fell so in love with them that I placed a really sizable order and we've never done Christmas for, and I didn't know what I was going to do with them. Then I was thinking, oh my gosh, I need to hang those from the ceiling, and do I even have a ceiling I can hang those from? How am I going to show them, and what am I going to do? And I was in a panic. And then I realized, I put them together. Here's the larger one. By the way, when I set them down, I put them in half so that I'm not bending the arms over time. And P.S., and by the way, I love these setting like this as either side, kind of in part of a place setting, and then you put candles in between on the inlet.
Hi, Ginny. Ginny says, I have both the toppers and ornaments and love them.
I am so glad. So here
And you
is,
choose silver or gold, yellow or white. That's what's on the page,
silver,
yellow or
gold,
white.
Yellow or white. So here is the larger one. This arrived, Katie and I took it out together and went, oh my gosh, what have I done? What am I going to do with this? Do I have a ceiling high enough? And then I thought, you know, that kind of reminds me of I'm going to try it on the top of a tree. And magic was made. Because I do not think I have done a tree without using this as a tree topper since the very first tree that I ever decorated for our company. Because it works. So number one, I think it's beautiful on its own, right? I mean, that's, if you're saying, you know what, Lisa, I get that you're into Christmas and I get that you like to put so many ornaments on the tree, you can't even see the tree underneath. I get that. That's you, but that's not me. I like a simple tree. I just want a beautiful tree with lights and a few simple things. Voila, tree topper, Starburst ornaments, done, right? If you are Miss Simplicity, done. Super simple. Yeah. But I also have to say, these Starburst tree toppers, oh my gosh, they just let you do anything.
Yeah, they do look like the Bethlehem star. It's scrolled by, but
they do, yeah.
And you can purchase them right now. They're available.
Yes, these are a pre-order. These are being made for us. This is a pre-order, and it's going to be either 2 of the large, that's this one, 22 inches in diameter, or 3 of the smaller, which is the ornament size. So 2 of the large or 3 of the smaller. These are once again being made for us because they don't make these anymore. They haven't in a few years. They only make them for us. And I literally just took this lower arm and put it down in between the trunk. It's a fake tree, obviously. So like the trunk of the tree and the lights that are strung on it, and that's all I had to do. I don't have to attach it, I don't have to do anything, it just stays right there. And this is what has allowed me to do all the beautiful big ribbons and the branches and the flowers and like, oh my gosh, this thing is so, and like now, and I was talking about it last night, but it's true. You know, I always think that I'm having a good, like I feel like I look good if I'm having a good hair day, right? My hair dictates how I feel about the way I look. On a tree, what is on the top of the tree sets the tone for the entire tree. If you have a beautifully decorated tree and the top is then the whole tree is right? Yeah. This is the most amazing way to top a tree. Every single tree that you've seen me do, every curl in the bow, every ribbon, every branch, every flower has been held there by simply positioning it around this Starburst, and it naturally holds things in place. I haven't attached anything. I just kind of twirled them around and tucked them in. That's all I've had to do. That's it. Yeah. All because of the Starburst. Like I'm telling you, I don't mean to be bossy. If you don't get this, you have no one but yourself to blame. Honestly, I mean it's so good. And it's so funny because I think it was Stephanie online who was saying that she loves it and she has a number of them, and a number of you have been really smart and you say, you know what, I bought a couple spares this year because I love it so much. Yeah. And that's a good idea. I mean, I think they hold up beautifully. I have decorated over 130 trees. So, you know, there's a few times when I've had to go to a new one of these because I've broken one of the arms off, like one of the knobs, like I got it on too tight. Yeah. You know, so if you jam it on really tight, then you can break it off. They're not immortal. They're very well made. They should last you a good long time, but they're not immortal. And because they're not making these for anyone else right now, it's not like, oh, well, you know, yeah, it's great, but if I love it, I can just get back and get another one. Right now, the only way you can get these is if you're getting them from us, and they're making them for us. And by the way, what that means is we have to order a certain amount in order for them to agree to make them only for us. Is that something we're always going to be able to do? I don't know. Are they always even going to be willing to make them for us no matter what? I don't know. Because I got to tell you, the original Stars in the Sky tree, they would not do for us again. Period. And there was nothing we can do. You know, you're dealing with factories that they have bigger concerns than one item that you think is important. You know, they're looking at their overall production. Are they always going to agree to make these for us? I don't know. I mean, it's frustrating because I'd love to be able to sit here and say, you know what, don't you worry. We're always going to have them for you. But I can't say that.
You're getting compliments on your top, and some people are still wondering how to order the Starburst.
Oh, okay. Number one, the top, I love. It's on my website, lisarobertson.com. This just started last night at 8 p.m. And I'm wearing it straight down, but it has a drawstring here with the Ampere waistline, so you can bring it in a little bit more if you want to. I wore it that way last night, so it's the same top. Go to lisarobertson.com, hit the red shop tab in the upper right corner. Red shop tab. It'll take you right to the shopping page. Now, when you go to the shopping page, you're going to see these Starbursts first thing. These are pre-order, so you're going to order them now, you're going to pay for them now, and when they come in, we will ship them to you, and we have the date. It'll be shipped by the week of, is the way we phrase it. And inevitably, by the way, every single time, not every single time, but periodically, you know, we do a lot of pre-orders and advance orders because we do some beautiful Italian jewelry and things like that. Somebody will say, oh my gosh, you know, I haven't gotten this. Why haven't I gotten this? I ordered it last week. You're like, no, it's a pre-order, and we're really clear about that. So make sure and look at the product description page, and it'll tell you this will ship by the week of, and you'll know that's when it's going to ship, and it's not a problem. And if you ever have any questions, you know, hey, I forgot when this was going to ship or whatever, you can always send us an email at customercare@lisarobertson.com, and we can answer your questions and help you out. It's no problem. We love helping you out. We don't want you to sit there and be frustrated. If you have a question, just call us. You know, has this shipped? When does it ship? What about this? Do you have this information? Just send us an email, customercare@lisarobertson.com. Katie helps with customer care. Everyone kind of helps with customer care.
Yeah, everybody.
Nina, who is a godsend, is someone who does a lot of our customer care, and she is awesome. So if you have any questions, just ask on customer care. Because sometimes I'll see people say, I've asked this question 3 times. And you're like, well, I get that, but you're on Facebook, and we try to answer every question we can, but we're not going to get to every single question on Facebook. And so if you have a question, please send us an email at customercare@lisarobertson.com, because I want to make sure that you get an answer. So I just wanted to go live today because I feel like these are so important, and they are so pivotal. And so you know how I go on and on about book boxes. You know me and book boxes, right?
Yes.
I always say book boxes, flowers, candles. You got those things, you can decorate anything all year. You're good. You're like a genius in the decorating department. But when it comes to Christmas, Starbursts.
And yes, this flock tree is coming up also.
So this is our brand new green, Stars in the Sky tree. This is our brand new flocked, Stars in the Sky tree. The pre-order on these is coming up very soon, so I wanted to make sure that you had a chance to start looking at them. This brand new tree is going to be exactly the same in the flocked or the green. It's just that one is flocked. And you can see that it's a very dense tree, and it's very full. And so if that's your preference, which for a lot of people, they prefer a very dense tree, the original Stars in the Sky tree, I absolutely love. It was a more European style, and Europeans tend to have more open space in the trees. It's a much more realistic tree, room between the branches, right? This is going to be a much more full tree, a lot more branches, so that you don't really see through. And a lot of people have wanted that, so I was excited we could do that for you in our new Stars in the Sky tree. So this is the brand new flocked. We're going to have a pre-order coming up on this soon. This is the brand new green. We're going to have a pre-order coming up on that soon. And they are fabulous, but today the pre-order is the Starburst. And let me just show you how easy it is. So, be very gentle with it. Twist it. Okay, so what you're going to get is they're going to come in the packaging where all the arms are off. A little bit of fishing line comes on it so that you can hang it. And sometimes that gets in my way, so I just take it off. Okay, so here's half the arms, and here's half of the center. You just put them together. You put the center together like this, right? Just snaps on, and you start putting the arms on. And both sides work exactly the same, so there's no reason you're going to take both of them off because they work exactly the same. And you just put the arm over the little knob. Super easy. There's no way to do it wrong, by the way. It's impossible, as far as I can figure out. And then voila, here's your Starburst. And the ornament works the same way as the tree topper. Very, very simple. And when it's shipped to you, this is how small it is. In order to store it, I just take the arms off and put a rubber band around one set, right? And then put the center together so it's a little, like a little round thing, and then I put all of them in a plastic storage bag and we're good.
Yeah.
But it is a really important piece. So I did want to make sure you had a chance to see it. It does hang beautifully, by the way.
Zarifa was talking about using it as a chandelier, and that's cool.
Perfect, perfect. So there's a little hook, there's a little loop right here, and you can just take fishing wire and hang it just like this. And then you can decide kind of how you want to do it. If you want to even experiment with having lights on it and strung around it, you can do that. But just hanging it, as Zarifa is saying, just hanging it from the ceiling creates the feeling of a chandelier without actually having to have a chandelier. I also do love this idea of putting one here and one here on your table, candles in between, candles on either side, and it's this beautiful, beautiful kind of addition to your place setting. It's just a gorgeous design. Yellow or white, and again, you're going to get 2 in the large or 3 in the ornament size. 2 in the tree topper or 3 in the ornament. Let me hold it from the bottom so you can see that they're both exactly the same. And we have them in the yellow or the white, so the gold or the silver. But they're just, these are what make every single tree possible. And I have to say that at this point in my decorating, I don't know what I would do without the Starburst to make the top of a tree. And I have a video on YouTube about how to make a ribbon, like a big bow for the top of the tree. And that's great, and you can do that. But I found that I kept doing that because I didn't have any better options. And then I started using the Starburst and realizing, oh my gosh, I can do something completely different every tree. I'm using different flowers, different branches, different ribbon, different picks, different whatever. It doesn't matter. It's all absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. So this is just starting today, and we wanted to go live so we could make sure and answer any questions and make sure you didn't miss it because it's so good. So 2 of the large Starburst tree toppers or 3 of the smaller ornament tree toppers. These are our new boutique today, and I think they are so beautiful and so exciting. I do want to remind you that this is the brand new Stars in the Sky garland in the green. I have the flocked one in another ribbon. It's absolutely, absolutely stunning. This, everybody was saying, is that 2 garlands together because it's so full. It's one. That's how full it is. So just to remind you of that, because that's only available for a limited time. And then, of course, we have this beautiful, beautiful Starburst. So pick a size. I recommend both because I think they're really, really good together. But I want to make sure that you didn't miss it. Also, don't forget our new Stars in the Sky tree is coming up on pre-order soon. So I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas in July. Katie, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Enjoy.
Bye.